Beep, beep. What is up, ninjas? My name is Semworld, and we're bringing back Silent 1 today with a bit of processing to teach you guys how to make Dirty Palm style synths, which honestly have been sounding a little bit more Melbourne, which I'm actually really liking. Now, this tutorial was requested by, get out of here, baby, yeah, that guy. So I checked out some of Dirty Palm's stuff, his collab with J. Escar, as well as some of his previous releases, so we're going to be tackling those kind of leads in this tutorial, and I'm going to be teaching you guys how it works from the ins to the outs. Now, I'm not going to lie, whenever some of you guys request tutorials, I do go on YouTube, I do Google how to get the person's lead just to see if there's some good tutorials out there, and if there are, I kind of don't like to make it because it's already been done. But in this instance, it's been done, but it hasn't been explained properly, so we're going to be explaining how to do it, why it works a certain way. So if you ever get a guy walking into your studio, and you can teach him with confidence, you can teach him, you know, how to fish, so you're not going to just give him a preset, you're going to teach him how it works so that he can do it, and he can make it unique and better. That is the philosophy of my channel, guys, and with that being said, let's get straight to it. I don't think I need to say, if you guys want to support the channel, evilsounds.com, baby, for presets. You can try these techniques out on if you want, or you just want some really good sounds. Now, let's get straight into this tutorial.
Alright guys, so let's get straight into this. Now there's a couple of things we need to talk about before we begin this video. The first one is going to be that if you hear the Dirty Palm music, a lot of it is going to be, you know, the leads are going to be in mono. Alright, so that's the first thing we need to note. The other thing is that the reverb will sometimes be in the stereo signal, or it will sometimes be in the mono signal, depending on how you want to go about it. Now, the cool thing about having a mono lead is that, one, it sounds very tight. So if you're trying to go for that kind of vibe that he has in his tracks and you just like that, it's because the leads are in mono and they just sound tighter when something is in mono. When it's in stereo, it sounds a little bit more in your face, but so you can use that to your advantage however you want. The next thing is we're going to be doing a bit of post-processing to achieve the sound, and we're just going to be using a little bit of Ableton, as you're going to see. We're actually going to be using a bit of Overdrive Izotope Ozone Trash too, which is a paid one, and then free OTTs, and a bit of EQ to get the sound and get very similar sounds. And from here, you guys can vice versa to make your very own Dirty Palm style of synth, or your very own style of synth, let's say. All right, so with that being said, let's get started with this tutorial, guys. So first things first is that we are going to have MIDI from Agosto Ro. So I downloaded his MIDI pack from YouTube just so we can have, you know, the melody be in its environment. So we're going to go with one randomly. So we'll go with that one. All right, so from here, the first thing we want to do, guys, is we can use the saw as it is, and then we can process afterwards, or we can use a bandpass right out of the get-go. So if we go the bandpass route, and I'm going to show you guys different routes that we can take, then it's going to make it so that when the saw goes into the bandpass, we focus in on one frequency, like you focusing in on some guy on Call of Duty and about to headshot his ass. Same thing here. It will give it a very thinnish sound. You can move it around. You can also make it less strict, 12 dB. You can mess with resonance. Now, the cool thing here is that this is not how we get the sound in terms of like, this is it. But when we apply distortion, we start to get... We apply different ones. Now, if we use this at a very low octave, it's starting to sound like something that we want. So from there, now we are going to be applying a bit of OTT to this. In fact, two. Notice how you hear this low boominess in it? That's going to be because the OTT, what it's doing, it's upwards and downwards compression. Now, there are multiple reasons why we would want to compress, okay? And it's just not because, oh, it's compressing, it makes it sound good. It's because, one, we want to tame dynamics. Let's say I'm talking to you guys right now and my voice goes low in volume. Hey, what's up, guys? Today I'm going to teach you how to make Dirty Palm synth, motherfuckers. You can see my volume is fluctuating, so the dynamics in my voice are very woo, woo, woo. So we want to tame that so that it sounds one concurrent volume, or make it easier for someone to level it. The other one is if my voice is hey, what's up? I have too much pronunciation, too much of a transient on my voice, I can use a compressor to tame that clicky part of it. Okay, if you think about it, it's just volume automation. Now, the last one is going to be because we like the sound of the compression. We use it as a sound assign tool. There's people out there that run sounds through compressors when it's not even compressing, but the compressor gives it a nice feel. I feel like OTT, we use it for that reason, mainly because we like the sound of it. So we're going to get rid of some of the lows here. And we're also going to add here a pitch A and B. Move it back just a bit to get that. that nice real reverse on it. Okay. From here, we're gonna apply the reverb, and then we'll do various variations of this that we can make. So the first thing with the reverb, guys, is that it is in stereo in the most recent song I heard. So the way we do that is we apply a reverb on our return. We can even have it on the channel if you want. And we are going to be applying a bit of a stereo vibe here by moving this knob to the right. The cool thing about this is, again, leads in mono, sounds dry, it's in your face, and then the reverb's on the sides, it has its own position in the mix, and it just sounds clean. Another cool thing about mono is the fact that when you play this in a club, the lead's gonna sound exactly the same like it did in your track. So I can really appreciate that in his tracks. They're pretty dope. Now if we move this around, we can also apply movement to the cutoff here to give it a more of a 303 kind of vibe. Now, the other cool thing about this is we don't need to use the distortion inside of Silent 1, so we can get rid of all this. So that's going to give us a very tight saw, which is just a saw, as you can see. But now Ableton has an overdrive feature we can use, which applies a bandpass in a way, if you can tell. And let's say you use it, you can follow it up with Trash 2, which is one of my favorite plugins at the moment for distortion, to get very cool kind of vibes. And this is cool because you can mess with the overdrive and then mess with the Trash 2 to get various different, you know, different kind of, how would you say it, variation. Let's say we decide to go with, you know, we want a saw-ish type of lead on this. We can also do that. Lower the stereoness here, because when you take retrigger off and you detune, that's what you're gonna get, so you gotta be careful. A bit of release if you want. But nothing sounds cleaner than just a standard saw, one saw coming in through all of this, because as you can see, it's a bit of an overkill when we have the 8 saws and all that. So we're starting to get very cool vibes, as you can see, guys. And honestly, mess around with it, like apply different things through it, like a vocal lead maybe, stuff like that, to see how it pans out. Play with the overdrive. You know, mess with the and you know, you can even mess with the presets in Trash 2, like just go maybe a bit too much reverb. That reverb does a lot. And the last thing here we can do is like convulsion, which really helps give it a really unique vibe with this. So hopefully this helps you guys in making your own Dirty Palm synths. Again, you know, it's just about doing this, as you can see, and you can get various different things. If you want more of the cleaner one, get rid of the bandpass. You know, keep it simple. You know, go with that. You can even use the bandpass here, which has a different vibe than this. And you have various differentiations. You can go forever, guys, in getting stuff like this. You can go with maybe like a pulse, quarter pulse, you know, sine. Man, let's start that. You know, so the possibilities are endless there, guys. Or you can even go through presets, scroll through them, and apply a chain like this to them to see where it goes. Just make sure to get rid of all the effects in there. But hopefully this video helped you guys out. Shout out to Augusto Romeo for the midis that he put up. I'm using one of his. And we can definitely go through all of them and just see how the sounds sound like to make sure they sound good in that environment. But I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I hope it helps in any way. And I'll see you guys next time, ninjas. Leave tutorial suggestions out in the comments below. And I'll see you guys. Take care, and you guys have an amazing day.